I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe I don't know. Less time on feet, keep us fresh or train a little bit less. But yeah, it's a shame. I don't understand how this group of players hasn't won anything out of 6 opportunities in the last 3 years. So yeah, it's a bit disappointing. But yeah, as I said, it's hard to pinpoint exactly where. But yeah.
So obviously now Exeter will be facing Quins in the final after they staged one of the most incredible comebacks in playoff history against Bristol. From 28-0 down, they managed to fight back to secure extra time and then the victory. And we are now joined by Harlequins legend Mike Brown to discuss the game. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me, and legend as well. How nice is that?
I'm in a good mood today.
Great intro.
Nice
Great
intro, yeah.
Are you in Newcastle yet, mate? Are you still down in Guildford?
No, still down there, still training with the lads. Yeah, last week, this week. So yeah, a couple more sessions. It was a bit of a emotional day today because it was the last time at the training ground. We'll be at the Stoop on Thursday, so it's a bit weird picking up the stuff for the last time. But yeah, on to the next, and yeah, just try and help the lads prepare for Saturday.
I bet it's weird enough for guys that have been at like a club for 2-3 years. How long were you at Quins for? 17
years. Yeah, so it's a long time. It's a long time,
mate. There must be some crap in that locker. Like I go in my locker, I'm like, what is that at the bottom of there? 17 years of debris.
Yeah, I mean, during the COVID, we've kind of just been living out the cars, haven't we? Out the back of the cars with all the boots. That's just all in the car anyway. But yeah, it was just weird, kind of going in the physio room for the last time and into the change room, which we haven't really used much during the COVID time. But yeah, it was just weird walking around and thinking this is my last time. After 17 years. Yes, it's been a long time. I've seen a lot of people come through there, like Jamie Roberts has been through there. I think his graffiti's still on the wall. He left us a little message before he left to remind us of him every day. So that's still there. But yeah, it's strange.
Has it, Mike? Has it hit you? Have you come to terms with the fact that now you are leaving after so long? Where's your head at?
Yeah, I think a little bit today, like I said, because it was the last time at the actual training centre. I think until after the game on Saturday, I think that'll be real realisation. And then once I'm packing up the house to move up, it will definitely become very real then. Yeah. So and then it'll be like the first day of school when I go into Newcastle, trying to fit in, the apprehension of fitting in with the new lads, the cool group and all that sort of thing, and see what their preconceived ideas of me are and stuff like that. So
you'll have to mend a few relationships before you even begin.
There could be a few things to iron out with a few of the guys, but yeah, we'll see. I know a few of them from England, like Wilson, Gary Graham and Luther and Floody back in the day. So hopefully they've been nice to me, to the lads, and we'll see.
Now, Mike, we do have to talk about obviously the weekend. Was that one of the greatest games of rugby that you've ever seen?
I mean, it'd be right up there, wouldn't it? It was incredible. I was in the crowd with some of the other boys, and we kind of just couldn't believe it. But after the first half, we were just kind of shell shocked, weren't we? Really, they really showed their class and showed what they're about, what they've been about all season. But I sat with Nathan Earl and I actually said to him after we scored just before half time, I said, if we score right after half time, I think we'll go on and win it. Because I feel with Bristol, they've still got a few demons with knockout rugby and things like that. And from how we've been through this season, we can just pull something out of the bag. We've come back at the death a few times this season, and as soon as we scored after half time, I think within a minute, I said to them again, I think we're going to go and win this. And they just kind of looked out on their feet as the second half went on. And then they started losing a few players. Nathan Hughes, they lost Semi. They took Sink off really early. They're all big guys for them. And you could just see we were just growing into the game. And like I said, we can just pull something out of the bag at any time we want with the players we've got. Unbelievable game. 100 minutes. I mean, wow. It was. I can imagine it was amazing to watch. I mean, it was so quick as well. Like I couldn't believe how quick the game was. Those guys just out on their feet. I don't know if it showed that on the TV, but just watching it live, it was like, wow, this is a quick one. But
have you ever played a game that's lasted that long?
No.
I've never played. I've never played an extra time in a rugby match.
No, I don't think I have.
Can you imagine what you feel like after 80 minutes, right? If they take me off at 60, I feel like a new man. On Monday morning, no aches, no pains. 60 minutes, sweet as a nut. 80 minutes, broken. 100 minutes, I don't reckon I'm playing for another 4 weeks.
Yeah. Not our age.
Oh
not
my
our age.
God. No chance.
That's been the thing. That's been the thing the first 2 days this week. Yesterday and today, it's just been all about recovery. Kind of going through the bits of the detail with walkthroughs and stuff, but mainly about recovery, ready for the weekend. Yeah. Like you said, the boys are just still recovering, and all the work's been done through the season, so that's not a problem. It's just about getting yourself right for Saturday. But for me watching, I just wanted to jump in there and help the lads. Like it was painful to watch. Honestly, I was trying to keep calm, but I'm not a good watcher of games, especially when you want to be involved and it's your team. So yeah, it was tough, but yeah, really happy for the lads when they did it.
Here's a question: both of you will be able to answer this because you've both been around knockout rugby the last couple of weeks. Did you practice the old kick, like the kickoffs at the end? You know, like say you still drawing at 100 minutes.
Penalty shootout, like
the penalty shootouts. Did you go through that and practice it? Either
no, not at all. Is that what would have been after the extra time?
Well,
I have no idea.
You saw it in the French Pro D2, didn't you, Sebes?
That's
yeah.
Just recently, and who was it? Someone
Armitage got the winner.
That was it.
Is, yeah.
When Armitage stepped up and slotted the last one. That was what I was thinking. So I was watching that thinking, do you reckon they practice that in the week? Because why on earth is he number 6 on the list of kicking?
Yeah.
Do you reckon the French would practice that though?
We did. We practiced.
Did you practice it?
I swear.
We
swear.
We did.
We practiced it. Oh man,
we didn't. No,
but that's the thing. Our coaches were probably watching the Pro D2 final, and then they were like, "Oh, I've got an idea." You know.
Where were you on the list?
I was fourth.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, sorry. First. No. But we ended up doing it after our captain's run the night before the game, and the coaches, you know, in typical French fashion, decided that they wanted all the subs and all the players not involved and the coaching staff not around to try and make it like an atmosphere. So we were on the pitch after doing our captain's run. Everyone was like, ah, whistles going, like jumping around, doing all this. I'm like, we have a semi-final tomorrow, lads. You know, it was mental. So we ended up doing that for an extra hour after training.
Did you get your kick though? Practicing? Did you get it?
I did. I scraped it through. It just got through like this.
Did you see when Stefan Armitage was putting the ball on the tee? He couldn't even get it to stay on the tee. So
really?
It was like wobbling around.
Yeah.
And people look at me and they're like, "Well, you must." Bex, I think it was Bex was watching. She was like, "You must be able to do that." Like, because I'm a rugby player, she thinks I can do that.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, I'm nowhere near. I was scuffing it along the floor, but it just shows you boys did. So you boys didn't practice it then, Brownie?
No, not at all. No. I didn't even know until the extra time happened, and we were talking about what would happen if it went over. I don't think anyone really knew, to be honest. So we didn't practice it at all. But I think that in our group of lads, there's plenty of guys that think they're quite good at football. Think they're quite good at always practicing the drop goals, always practicing kicks for goals. Our captain mid-season actually hurt I think it was a calf, which kept him out for six games just practicing his drop goals after a training session. That is no lie. So they probably had that in the back of their minds and thought, we're not practicing this. We'll just see what happens.
Yeah.
Zebes, did you see how Joe Marler got to the game?
No.
In a helicopter.
Stop.
Did he actually?
Brownie, tell us what happened, because I saw it on Twitter. I couldn't
Go
believe
away.
it.
Yeah, so his wife gave birth on the Thursday, I think it was, or maybe Wednesday, one of the two. So he obviously wanted to be with them and her for the next as long as possible through that week, but obviously still wanted to play. So the team went down on the Friday to stay over. They allowed him to stay at home till the Saturday morning, and then it was quite an early kickoff as well. So they got the helicopter for him. Typical Joe Marler fashion. He has to make an entrance. don't give me any attention. No, look at me. Usually home games, it's the flamboyant tracksuits that he wears. I don't know if you've seen them. Getting all the attention like he likes to have. This time it happened to be a helicopter for the away game. So,
Oh my
mate,
God.
that is so good.
Yeah.
He should have parachuted in.
Yeah. I don't know where he went. He went to a local rugby club, didn't he? And then they picked him up. But
how good is that? Whose thinking was that? Who thinks of that midweek and goes, right, you're right, Joe, we're going to let you have a little bit more time, but we'll get you a chopper from Guildford over. Does he live around Guildford there as well, does he? Or?
No, so he lives out by Brighton, I think. Anyway, so he
so that's a fair way.
Yeah, so they got it from a local rugby club in Brighton, I think, or around that area, and then over to Bristol.
Good.
But we have a great guy, Andy Sanger, who's our sort of player welfare, player development guy who deals with all this sort of thing. New players coming in, he helps them settle, helps them find where to live, and helps their families settle in, and just a guy to talk to for us if we want to develop ourselves off the field, or we have a few issues that we want to talk to someone about. He deals with all that sort of stuff. If you need a chopper to a game,
Did he sort the helicopter?
Yeah, I think he sorted that. Yeah.
Oh my God,
mate! Don't tell Finn that, Zee. You imagine him? He turned up to every game with a chopper.
I know. Yeah. Oh, jeez.
but didn't the older Good? He used to go to Newcastle. Didn't he commute from London to Newcastle in a chopper or something?
I've heard something stupid along those lines. Well,
so it's not the first time. Yeah, he used to do it regularly through the week. I think Dino signed him up and he was desperate for a 10, and Good had already retired, hadn't he? And he said, look, I'm living in London. I'm going to have to commute. He sorted a chopper out.
Is that
got
your mind going, is it, Brad?
Yeah. Do you know what? It's not a bad shout, is it? It would save me a lot on the removal costs anyway.
Yeah, too right, mate. And then you wouldn't have to leave Margot. That's a great idea. Right, get them to sort it out.
Yeah, if anyone's listening that can sort that out, please. I'd really appreciate it.
Now, Mike, we do have to touch off your 6-week ban. And for what it's worth, well, actually, look, so we had a conversation about this literally just before you came on, and I had kind of said, I think we're all in agreement that your stamp was completely accidental. And I think, Steves, you that's not the same opinion that you shared, is it?
I thought
how dare you?
I thought I was only joking. I thought we were talking about Conor Murray here. I was trying to get a rise out you when you stamped on him.
We've done that one already on here.
The one at the weekend, or your last one? No, I actually thought it was all right. Yeah, I
thought it was fun. Yeah,
you should have banned him for life, lads.
1 minute you're swapping jerseys with me. Next minute, I mean, come on.
I'm not giving Christina. You're right. I didn't say nothing.
You did. I didn't even know which one you were talking about. I just assumed we were all on the same page.
No, sorry,
I didn't know you stamped on more than one person, Brownie.
Maybe it was
got a 6-week ban to add to the other 136 weeks he has.
Oh my God!
I'm only joking.
Clear disciplinary record.
But Mike, how gutted were you to not have that ban overturned? Because I mean, a lot of people were in agreement that it did seem accidental.
Yeah, look, for me, obviously, it was accidental. I apologised at the time. I apologised after the game to make sure Tommy was okay, firstly, and also just to say it was accidental, which he acknowledged. It was acknowledged in the report. It was accidental from the disciplinary report. But for me, I don't feel like the ban reflected what they were saying in the report, and that was the reason why we went back to them and tried to get it changed. I don't disagree with having a ban because the way the game is now, and rightly so, we're trying to protect players, especially in the head area, and I did touch his head with my boot. So all I was trying to do was to get it to a level that I thought was acceptable for what they acknowledged in the report. Unfortunately, they didn't see it that way, and it stayed the way it was. And it's just heartbreaking, really, to end my 17 years in this way and not being able to contribute the way I want to. I mean, they don't even need me because they're in the final anyway. So it's one of them, isn't it? So but yeah, it's just heartbreaking. I think with leaving the club as well and everything that's gone on, added on to that, it makes it even worse. But yeah, look, all I can say, it is for me, it was accidental. I think anyone that watches the video as many times as I have, and as many times as the disciplinary panel did, you can see it's accidental. I'm looking at the play in front of me. I'm not really aware of where he is around my legs, and as soon as I feel my boot touch where it shouldn't touch, you know, you can see I look down and immediately take the weight off his head and sort of fall back on my backside. And you know, if I really wanted to hurt him, I could have. And luckily for him, and luckily as well for me, that he only managed to have a graze, which they stuck a steri strip on, because it could have been a lot worse, and it would have been a lot worse if I was trying to hurt him. So yeah, you know, it's tough getting the ban, but also it's tough when people kind of use their preconceived ideas of you to say you're a dirty player or something like that, when you've had a clear disciplinary record for 17 years. And for me, it's clear to see on the video that it wasn't on purpose. So yeah, that's tough to take, but you know, that's the way of the world. People want to have their opinions and things like that. So yeah, you kind of just have to suck it up, take the ban, try and help the team the best way you can, and move on.
You've never been banned before that?
No, I think I've had 2 yellow cards for infringements at a ruck, and that's it. And yeah, now my
it's true though, and you know, even when you go into those disciplinary hearings as well, you feel like the people in there are thinking the same. They're thinking, "Oh, here he is, you know, mouthy, always in trouble." But that's what I always get in trouble for. I've never actually been banned, believe it or not.
Very similar, actually, the 2E boys, aren't you?
Yeah, but I'm Scottish. I'm Scottish,
yeah,
mate.
Yeah. That's what they all say, yeah.
But no, honestly, I'm the same. I've never been banned, but everyone goes, "Oh, well, you're a thug." But no, I've never actually been banned for anything.
Yeah, I think this is a thing. Like when you play a certain way, and that's just the way I play. Like I think I am on the edge. I like that confrontational battle in games, but I've always, I think, stayed on the right side of it. And just this one mistake has cost me. But you know, I wouldn't change the way I play. And the reason I was in that situation is a strength of my game. I was, you know, trying to get back in the game as quick as possible. You guys will know that that's how we're judged, you know, by our coaches, by our teammates. We get statted on it, you know, how quick we get back in the game, because it's so important now. You know, the more time players spend on the ground, the more chance you've got of either stopping the team because you have more defenders, or scoring a try because you'll have more attackers. So it's ingrained in us. That's what we're trained mentally and physically for. So that's what I was trying to do, you know, fight to get back in the game. That's how I get turnovers, which is a big part of my game. And yeah, just this time, you know, I wasn't fully aware of him, but you know, how often are you aware of players around you when you're just fighting to get back in the game and you're just looking of how you can do that?
Zeebs has never been near a ruck, so he doesn't know.
Yeah.